In the previous video, I cut just a little section. Here's the completed field, completely cut of rye. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach down in where the rye is cut and pull aside the grass and find an area, an open area where I can loosen up some soil. And I can take a little hand cultivator like I showed you, or I said I was going to do in the last video. And I will put a link to that video at the end of this one if you want to see the information on when to cut the rye, what's the best time. So you just loosen up the soil like so. And that should be good. And then in my tool belt, pull out my shovel here. I'm going to dig a hole to put the squash plant in. And the way the spacing is, well, let me put this in first and I'll show you the spacing. I got a butternut squash here, and I will squeeze it, loosen it up a little bit, push it through the holes. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I usually only put 2 of these plants per hole, and that's worked for me. You can also plant these in hills or mounds. So I'm just going to peel these guys apart, put that one back, and this is going to go over in the next section. And I will put this in here like so. Pull the tag out. And you can see I was able to loosen up the soil enough, and the ryegrass just dries out like this and just provides nice mulch, nice cover. And these squash plants, this is butternut squash, they spread out pretty good, so you want to give them plenty of space. The vines are going to spread out in all directions, and the way I space them in this garden, this is going to be a Three Sisters garden, so I'm going to plant corn and beans in here also. So if you, Don, bring us over here, right here I've got a small corn plant coming up. If you focus in on my finger here, there's one here and one there. This one just sprouted, and then this guy right here, you can see the corn leaves. So the corn, this is a block of corn, there's 4 of them. I plant them at 12 inches apart. And so there's going to be a corn block, 5 feet, squash over here, another 5 feet, and then corn. And then this whole area is going to be a grid in that pattern. And once the corn comes up, I'm going to plant beans in there as well. So the beans grow up and they'll climb the corn stalks. And so that's the Three Sisters: the squash, the beans, and the corn.